Hi Gemini, it's Romy Wyser here. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. Thanks so much for taking the time to come and check me out. This is your intuitive reading for the month of September 2019. So if you are a Gemini sun like me, rising or moon, then this may resonate for you. If it doesn't, please do go ahead and check out the readings for both your rising and your moon sign, which might make more sense to you this month. If you enjoy the video, you will have the opportunity to go ahead and join me on the extended reading, and I'll pop the link below the video. In the extended, we just go a little bit deeper into the narrative to explore the themes even further. And there's also an accompanying worksheet which will pull out some of the key themes from the reading, share with you some affirmation and some emotional tools to help with your own spiritual growth and affirmations for the month ahead. So if you do enjoy the reading, please do go ahead, drop me a comment below, like and share the video, and make sure you do subscribe to my channel as well, Gem, so that you can make sure you get all the future updates from me as I bring you your monthly reading. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope you enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera so that you see the cards as we get started on your September reading. Hey Gemini, so let's get started with your September reading, see what comes out for you. I just had this beautiful new moon in Virgo hitting your 4th house. So the focus around house and home, your foundations, family. This new moon's energy is actually good for you. It feels very focused. It's kind of quiet and understated, but just feels like it's going to help bring back some balance in for you. Okay, so starting the reading with 7 of Swords. Do you know, it honestly feels like this is one of those self-trust themes, right? Where are we actually looking to rebuild trust within ourselves, within our relationships? You know, you may well have gone through this somewhat challenging and intense period in the last few weeks and months, Gemini, and you're still, I guess, kind of dealing with a little bit of the hangover of that. But for me, like, the opening energy that's coming in with this card is just one of no more looking at things through rose-colored glasses, right? There just feels like there's an actual sense of clarity and acknowledgement on where you may have been deceiving yourself over some stuff, right? You might have been choosing to not want to deal with something, not want to face something, and you know, that could be within relationships. It could be, you know, within a pattern that's going on within yourself. You know, I always get the sense of a lack of self-trust when this card's coming up, and it just feels, as we're moving into this month of September, this is about you gaining ground and making a real transformation in this area. And remember, we've got Saturn moving direct in your 8th house of transformation, and that was intense in the retrograde period, right? So this month we should really be seeing where you are able to apply the teachings from that somewhat tough love that Saturn delivered. You know, it also hits into your finance, right? And for Geminis, even through all that eclipse season, it was hitting strong in our 2nd house. So maybe there's some real transformation taking place in and around your financial stability, your emotional stability, no longer deceiving yourself, and being able to move away from instability and uncertainty, right? Knight of Coins coming in here. I really like this because it echoes this lovely Virgo energy for you this month, Gem, right? It's about you being able to find the focus and actually moving into an energy that feels a little bit more grounded, a little bit more secure, and actually helping you to make the progress that you want to. Of course, you could also be dealing with an earth sign here, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and certainly coming up with that Seven of Swords, maybe there's been some kind of imbalance or difficult situation that's taken place. But I certainly feel like you are moving away from that energy, right? You're looking in a different direction. You're choosing to focus on what's directly in front of you. And for me, that feels like a reassessment of what your own personal needs are, how you are going to approach bringing in the right stability, the right resources, getting a handle back on where your energy needs to be. So there's this almost kind of, I guess, like back to school energy, right? It's kind of typical of this time of year. But I feel September gives you that lovely frame of reference in order to just feel a little bit more clear-minded. And on September 14th, we have that full moon in Pisces, which is also hitting your 10th house of career, ambition, reputation. So this is about you refocusing your efforts on advancement and gain, right? But remember, there's an aspect with Knight of Pentacles about slow and steady, right? There's a consistency that comes in here that's required with this. It isn't about doing the job half-baked, right? We have to go all in. We have to get the foundations right from the very beginning in order to make the progress that we want to see. And sometimes, that can feel a little mundane, that can feel a little bit uninteresting. And for Gemini, when you want to move 100 miles an hour and you're ready for what's coming next and you need that constant source of stimulation and thought, that can feel maybe a little bit not in your sweet spot, right? But this is where we're going to start to see the real transformation coming in. So there's something we're releasing around that full moon on the 14th in your 10th house in that Piscean energy, and typically those water moons can hit you quite hard on an emotional level, right, Gems? But maybe there's something we need to let go of in terms of how we see ourselves in career, in our purpose. Maybe there's been a change of direction and now you're having to come to terms with that. You're having to look at how you reassess what comes next and see yourself in a new way. Ooh, okay. Star energy coming through, lovely. You could be dealing with an Aquarian here. I also kind of want to link back to the time of February because this was when we had that full moon in Virgo. So what was going on for you back then, Gem? You've come a long way since that time, right? And this is almost like the opportunity for you to show yourself just how far you've come. But there's a beautiful sense of optimism and healing that comes in with this. And, she feels very like the maiden of the Virgo as well in this particular card, right? So it wants to bring in a sense of hope. It wants to bring in this beautifully spiritual, celestial feel. So even though we might have to do the work and it might feel like it can be a little bit heavy and cumbersome at times, there's a greater purpose for it, and it is you aligning into a new path and one that feels very spiritually aligned for you as well, Gem. So I really love this energy coming through for you. I feel that if you have been dealing with relationship situation where maybe there has been some deception, some upset or some challenge around trust, then this is also signifying smoother waters coming in and a sense of being able to either move away and actually be able to heal from that situation or be able to come back in on a much higher level, right? The star energy is bringing us in on a completely different spiritual plane to be able to deal with things with a higher wisdom. And I think we've all learned an awful. I'm talking because I'm Gemini sun, right? So we've all learned a lot through that eclipse season about ourselves and where our emotional triggers have been in connections. And remember, Jupiter's in Sag in our 7th house of partnerships, and Jupiter was retrograde for the last few months, but in August it turned direct again. So we are looking at how we want to connect, the type of connections that we want in our life, whether they be in business or personally, right? When the sun moves into Libra on the 23rd for you this month, Gemini, it's also in 5th house of romance, creativity and beauty. So that beautiful star energy is also helping you to tap into some of those energies as well. Okay, the Tower. So, you know, there's still some, I guess, changes afoot through this month of September, right? And we're working through getting the foundations right. And I guess in Virgo, in our 4th house, you know, it literally could mean that we're having to start again. You know, there's something that just hasn't worked, and we're beginning again from the ground up, right? This is what needs to take place. I kind of also feel with the 7 of Swords energy in the Tower, like maybe there's something set to come out here. So if there's been some, I don't know, if you've been experiencing some lies, some deception, or, you know, maybe someone's been trying to keep something from you, or you've been trying to keep things, I don't know, I just kind of feel there is going to be this sense of everything coming to the surface, everything being revealed, but it's necessary, right? With that star energy, what it's telling us is that this is the way to actually bring in the healing. This is the way to break through the impasse or the stagnant energy that's been around. You know, it's been a tough haul for Geminis, right? You felt perhaps stuck and unsure and uncertain in lots of different areas of your life throughout this year, right? September for me definitely feels like the month of change, but we're still in that kind of transition time. But what this is saying to me is that whatever is coming in through this month to disrupt, to unsettle, forced change, and I kind of feel like you already have a sense of what this is going to be, right? I don't feel like this is particularly coming out of the blue for you. It's never maybe an uncomfortable energy, a comfortable energy rather, to have to experience, but I don't feel that it's blindsiding you. I just think that this is an area that you are fully aware needs to receive some sort of transformation. And there's something just needs to come out. Maybe it's words you just have to express, you know. You're ready to really let go of some old unhealthy patterns of lack of trust and belief within yourself. And you're ready to do the work necessary in order to evolve at a deeply soul level as well, right? I do think there could be some further kind of upsets or discussions around relationships still taking place through September, but it's all kind of for the good. It just feels like it's gaining ground, right? 10 of Swords. So there's completion energy with this, right? So maybe there is an ending coming in for you. And again, I just have a sense of you already feeling the imminence of that. But I also just want to say that it's coming through to me as very much like an energy of the ending of a personal cycle for you, one that's felt quite arduous, one that's felt really disruptive, but we're clearing this energy out, okay? We're clearing it out and we're ready to focus on what's ahead now, okay? No more looking back. This is about acknowledging that things are improving, things are opening up, new opportunities are coming in, and yeah, I actually feel really cathartic with that 10 coming in for you this month, Gemini. That Libra energy is really going to help to rebalance things as well, right? Okay. Actually, you know what? 2 cards wanted to fall out there, so I'm going to kind of read them together, okay? So 4 of Pentacles comes out straight away. So for me, this is about us looking at the rebuilding, right? We're moving into time where we're going to be rebuilding something. And I do feel this is about your own security, both emotional, physical, but also helping you to, and maybe that's why this Tower energy is coming in, because where there's been things that you've been holding on too tightly, right? Or maybe you've been experiencing situations where other people have been really closed off or holding back from you. And that in itself has caused you some real stress and anxiety, right? It does feel like we are liberating ourselves. So this Tower energy is kind of needed to clear a lot of this out, right? And in order to actually bring in that star energy. We are ready to, we're ready to open up. We're ready to let go. You might well be dealing with somebody that has been quite closed off, whether it's this earth sign or actually an Aquarian, possibly Gemini, another air. Or you feel like you've just not been able to freely express or open up in terms of how you feel. It also speaks to me about in terms of like career and work, where I don't know, I guess it's been a challenge to sort of hold on the financial sense. So, you know, money has ebbed and flowed, and you've gotten this far, but there's also this deep desire to want to end this cycle of kind of lack, I don't know, like slightly lack-based thinking at times, right? Because it's caused you an awful lot of stress and anxiety. And it isn't the true picture of things, right? It isn't. We're ready to transform this. We are ready to see ourselves in a new light. We're ready to invite in new opportunities that are reflective of who we are becoming, not who we have been. Beautiful. Okay, so in letting go, in releasing old narratives, old stories, what do we embrace? A beautiful new beginning and a sense of not only new ideas and inspirations coming in, but this deep desire to want to nourish and nurture ourselves in a new way. Right? And that Virgo energy is perfect for that. It's that deeply healing, grounded energy that says, I got to look after myself. And if I take care of myself in the right way, if I take care of my own emotional needs, physical, mental, spiritual well-being, then I'm going to give myself the best opportunity to be able to vibrate at a frequency that will draw in the opportunities, that will draw in the right connections, the right people. So I feel really optimistic about this month delivering you something that is really the start of something big for you, Gem, right? And it might come in, you know, with that new moon in Virgo, it sort of felt like it kind of came in a little bit under the radar, right? It felt quite understated. It felt quite quiet even. But it's gathering momentum, and it's one of these things that feels like the power, the potency, the longevity to it is not something that you're going to see straight away, but actually you're going to look back and go, wow, September was like the real turnaround month with things, right? So new work opportunities coming in, and I just feel like maybe you're going to get an idea this month. Maybe this is about a career change, a new job opportunity coming your way, or an idea within your own business or your purpose, and it's good. It's aligned, and it's aligned because you have allowed yourself to let go of old energies and ways of thinking, right? That's what's been necessary. In regards to relationship, it feels like, you know, we've still got some stuff that we've got to deal with, that we've got to get through. Maybe even there's an ending before there's the opportunity for a new beginning with something, right? But this kind of feels like it's coming in on I want to say almost a little bit of a friendship level. I don't feel like straight away we're kind of, we've got that head over heels sort of love energy coming in. So even for those of you that are not in relationships and looking for someone, it feels like the type of people that are going to be showing up this month for you, Gemini, are coming in with like a really strong foundation, but it's one that's coming in maybe slightly more platonic, slightly more friendship based, but it really has the potential to move into something far more meaningful for you, and it's ready to go the distance, right? So don't discount it. Don't look at it and feel like, oh, it's not for me, because it doesn't look like this or feel this way, because, you know, you're still integrating so much of what you've been through in the summer, and you know, that tower energy can turn us inside out, upside down, right? That Ten of Swords, that completion, that endings, you know, there's some healing that needs to take place before we can really understand who we've become following that energy. Okay, so, you know, Neptune's still squaring our 10th house through the whole of 2019. And, you know, maybe even with this new opportunity, even with these new ideas coming in, there's still some uncertainty or some confusion through the month of September. And that's okay, right? Because maybe there's choices and we're still trying to feel our way through them, okay? Don't want you to feel, though, that you should let go of what the bigger picture, what the desire, what that kind of real fantasy vision is for you. I think it has a really important part to play, even though we're in that beautifully Virgo energy for a lot of this month, that's kind of grounding us and forcing us to look at some of the practical aspects of things. It still feels like we need to allow that beautiful kind of Neptune energy to bring in the new ideas. You know, this is maybe where this idea is going to come from, because we allow ourselves to think about the possible, right? And when we move into Libra in your 5th house and you're thinking about creativity, you're thinking about beauty, you're thinking about kind of all of the things that bring harmony into your world, what makes you feel really good, what you want to surround yourself with, then we kind of need to go off into that slightly daydream vibe in order to allow that, right? So I don't feel challenged by this energy. I actually quite welcome it at this point. And these 7s in your reading talk to me about a deeply spiritually guided month for you, Gem. I would say that with regards to relationship, it still feels like there's some confusion. We're maybe still waiting to receive the clarity or the sense of either a commitment or honesty. But I want to say, like, don't give up. It just still feels that there's more to come. Everything feels like it's coming to the surface anyway. It's almost like then when everything's aired, then there is still a period of like almost having to wade through what that means, right? So I'm not really feeling so confused as such with this. I just feel it's like, okay, what is now the best way forward? You know, remember when we've got that ace energy, it's still raw potential. Nothing's really been properly kind of directed yet. So the 7 is just saying, okay, with this new idea, with this new beginning, with this new start that's come following the destruction and the ending of something, what do we need to do to move forward, right? So we're just going to pull a couple of oracle cards, see what comes through here, Gem. Okay, sexuality. So for me, this is about us not feeling vulnerable, us being able to own our power, moving into a very aligned sacral energy where the creativity, right, because that's what I really want to link it to. I want to link it to the creative energy that's bursting through with the Ace of Pentacles, and also just allowing our mind to completely expand with the 7 of Cups. So it's what bursts forth in this, and the confidence that we have in who we are and what we bring to the table, that's going to allow us to then apply this in new ways and move forward from these endings and start to rebuild and bring in a greater sense of stability and security for us. So yeah, I really like the energy of that card coming in. Okay, believe in the impossible, Blue Moon. Again, I kind of really want to link this into the 7 of Cups energy, Gem. So it's allowing us, particularly with that Pisces full moon this month, right? Beautiful, watery, spiritual moon that's in your 10th house. So how do you advance? How do you want to be seen? What is it that you really want to realize? What is the potential that still feels untapped? How do you step into your true power in order to realize the impossible, which is not impossible, in fact, because you have the grounding and the focus to be able to manifest and bring this into full realization. So I want to say that even if there are situations that maybe feel this month like there's still, I don't even know how that would work, I don't know how that could come together, or that would never happen, I just want to say, kind of be prepared, right? There just feels to me to be something around the unexpected that follows whatever is coming out in this energy, that's going to be really positive. Move beyond intention to belief, okay? We're being asked to, despite circumstances, despite the fact that perhaps through the course of 2019, at this point in the year, you're not exactly where you want to be, or a situation isn't where you would desire it to be, this isn't the time to give up. This isn't the time to give up. This is the time to actually reapply, recommit, reassess, and move forward. Yes, changes will have to take place. Something will have to be released under this full moon energy. So I want to say through the mid part of the month, you're definitely going to get a sense of what has to change either within you or within an external situation in order for this to support you in bringing in the new pathways, right? If this is with regards to a relationship, I just have the sense that, you know, what this card is saying is like, you be you, right? Believe in what you have to offer. And the same with regards to work or career, right? This is about taking that confidence, asserting yourself, believing in yourself, and knowing and trusting that anything that's getting cleared out this month has to go, right? It's not going to leave you high and dry. It's actually going to leave you in a situation where you have more possibility, more opportunity. You know, just like the cycles that we go through in nature each year, things have to end for that new beginning to come in, and that's beautiful spring kind of energy jumping forth. So for me, it feels a lot of what we're planting right now, when it's coming to fruition around that Virgo full moon, is going to be really poignant, really significant for us. Okay, so Gem, if you'd like to join us, we are going to take this conversation a little bit deeper in the extended narrative. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link below, but I'm just going to pull us a few cards just to see the direction this is going to be taking us. Okay, so clarifying the Seven of Swords, the Tower again, interesting. Okay, let's pull one more around that. King of Cups. Okay, so it could be a water sign energy that you're dealing with regards to this situation. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, this card wanted to come out. So Knight of Pentacles is bringing out the Hermit. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, or just feels like both of these cards are kind of very self-reflective, right? We're having to almost withdraw to refocus our energy somewhere. But interesting. Eight of Swords coming out again. Okay, so there's some self-imposed stress going on with you right now, something that you don't want to see or don't want to acknowledge. That Seven of Swords is kind of being echoed there. Star energy, Nine of Wands. I know you're tired, Gem, right? It feels like that, but don't worry. There's like this beautiful restorative healing energy that's coming through this month. Just going to pull another one there. Seven of Coins. Okay. Taking stock of where you are. Interesting. It's clarifying the Tower. Two of Wands. out of that destruction, new strategies coming in, right? New ways of looking at things. Seven of Cups again. Choices to make, Gem. Ten of Swords. Strength. Okay, so the situation is asking you to dig deep, right? What are you facing this month that's really testing you? It's going to be worth it, Gem. Lovers. Beautiful. Your card. So, what is it doing? It's restoring you. It's bringing you back to your true essence, your true authentic self. Could be a relationship situation coming in here. Real karmic soulmate link there, actually. Possibly a third party situation as well. Okay, Five of Swords. So some sort of disappointment that you're dealing with. Unhealthy patterns as well. Self-sabotage. Five of Cups. Okay. Let's just put one more for that. Empress energy. Okay, nice. Clarifying the Ace of Pentacles here. Three of Wands. See, lovely. New horizons coming. Real advancement coming in for you this month, Gemini. Oops, an overseas link even. Knight of Swords. Okay, things changing quickly. Could be an air sign you're dealing with here as well. Another air sign. Aquarius, Libra, another Gemini. Seven of Cups, Knight of Wands. Okay. Fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Possibly overseas travel. Seven of Wands, an Ace of Wands. Okay, Gem. So, let's clarify this Oracle card. Pay attention to the signs. Yeah, I really feel like that. I feel like you're being really guided this month. Spiritually speaking, a lot of sevens coming up in your reading today. So we're going to go ahead and continue this in the extended reading, Gemini. I hope you've enjoyed this and it's resonated for you as your sun, rising or moon. If not, please be sure to check out some of the other readings. But if you have enjoyed it, please do like, share and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any further readings from me. And if you'd like to join me with the extended, the link is below. Thanks so much. I'll speak to you soon.